a man to church. It's been exciting. All along, it's changed my life tremendously. Going through meeting new friends to getting an internship job at the South Section office in Taunton, to being a global messenger speaker. I first started that when I first started interning with them, and the first person that I asked was Jay O'Brien, who was our former director a couple of years back. And then I started doing speech after speech and have really grown a lot through the experience. So,
Peter Prine.
How do you spell that?
Well, the way my dad used to tell me, or somebody told me, put an R in front of it, because if you spell it and look at it, it's prune, preen, or prin. And actually, it's Prine, P-R-U-Y-N-E. Been involved in Special Olympics 30 years. I started in 1982. The first year of, actually the third year of the Winter Games in the Berkshires. That's where they started.
And what got you involved?
I started out as more or less a volunteer for one of the directors, because I was working, it was at a resort, our headquarters were at a resort, and I worked at the resort, and that's how I started.
You can start with my dad, I guess.
Got your family?
Yeah.
Well, we've been involved since 2004, pretty much.
It's been a long time.
Yes.
It actually all started with Maria.
All started with Maria. You know, we actually learned about Special Olympics, Massachusetts, through Maria's school, Floral Street School.
All right, Charlie Cardock here.
And Jay Navigal.
All right, I've been in Special Olympics for about 25 years. Started with my son Matthew, who is also in the Hall of Fame. Inducted, I think, in 2006. And Jay has been inducted with his family. And what year was that, Jay?
I think 2002. My name is Matthew Millett. I was at the board meeting. I was getting ready for the board meeting, and my friend Martha came in with balloons that said congratulations. So I kind of knew that I was inducted because I had a letter the month before saying I was nominated by someone. So how'd that feel? It felt really good. It felt shock. It took me a couple of days to realize I was being inducted into the Hall of Fame, which is a great honor.
Judy and Bob Russell.
All right.
We were bicycling the state games in Amherst, and Terry Kelty told us, at first she looked at me and she said, "You can't believe it, can you?" And of course I can't believe it. It's just such a high honor that you wonder how many other people should share it with you. And there's so many good coaches, so many dedicated people.
Hello there. How's everything going? This is Jack Doyle. Today's date is August 19th, 2012, and I'm here at Special Olympics in Marlborough, Massachusetts, being photographed by Fabian Backrack's grandnephew.
All right, let's see if we
2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, through a letter, and speaking with Sean Canty, he notified me officially a week ago Monday.
Now, where were you when you got the news?
I was home. I got the letter at home, and I opened it up. And the first letter I got said that I was being considered, and then the second letter said, "Congratulations, you've been chosen." And so they both came home to the house in Waltham, and I'm very pleased to have it. And I notified the rest of the basketball board and the state board and the international, in fact, that I had got this award. So
I'm Katie.
Kathy.
Tim. Donnie.
And together you make
The Stubbs family.
The Brady Bunch.
We got a letter that said we were nominated. And then 2 weekends ago when we were at fishing and Terry came to the award ceremony and told everybody that there was a family here who was being inducted into the Special Olympics Hall of Fame, and that's how we found out.
And I happened to be there for the first time in 6 years.
Yeah.
And I got my big fish for Anna's Guinness Strawberry for me, and I get the gold medal for her.
Yeah. Oh yes, the year you did the year you won the fish. The large, you caught the biggest fish in the fishing tournament. That's what you did with your
I did.
medal.
Diana Fredette. I got involved about 15 years ago. A really good friend of mine from church needed a ride for her daughter to track practice, so I took her a few times and decided I wanted to start doing it. So she introduced me to Mary Beth O'Neill, and been doing it ever since. And now I coach year round.
How long ago was that?
That was about 15 years ago.
And how's it been?
Awesome. It's one of the most incredible things I've ever done in my life. People are funny because they think I get paid for it, and when I tell them I don't, it's strictly volunteer. They're like, why do you do that? And I said, the look on their face when they come over the finish line, no matter if they're first place or last place, they don't care. They're just happy to be there and be having fun with their friends.
I'm Dominic. This is my mother, Elena, my father, Bob, my brother, Bobby, and Jimmy, my other brother.
And you are?
Awesome, I know.
The Zappiselli Poliat family.
A lot of people apparently have been thankful that Mom has done as much as she has for their family to help them get around, do things. And I think if it wasn't for Bobby being so into it and Mom being so helpful and the rest of the family being so supportive, Bobby wouldn't have stuck with it, and a lot of families wouldn't have been introduced to it. So I think it worked out pretty well.
My name is Richard Pierce. Presently, I'm one of the co-directors for the Law Enforcement Torture Run Program here in Massachusetts for Special Olympics Massachusetts. I'm a retired police officer from Attleboro, Massachusetts. I live in Attleboro. My involvement with Special Olympics dates back probably about 20 years ago. I got involved with the Attleboro School Day Games events in Attleboro in 1992, and it was just such a fulfilling and rewarding experience that it sparked my interest in Special Olympics, and it's just grown from there.
I think it means that you take a look at each athlete in the state of Massachusetts and you recognize how much they can accomplish, whether it's competing or being being an intern in an office or speaking at certain places like the gala or at Dunkin' Donuts or at Fireball. You look at all the things they can accomplish, and just to be in the Hall of Fame and see what they've accomplished in the past years is pretty remarkable. So I thank my dad, who nominated me, and a couple other people that also made the effort to help get me inducted this year. I'm really excited.
I went to South Africa for the first ever Unified Cup, which is a unified game with Special Olympic athletes and partners in Cape Town, South Africa, before the 2010 qualifying game, Argentina versus Germany. So it's a great experience. I met President Zuma. I met Tim Schreiber, the CEO of Coca-Cola, Mutat Kent. Met great partners like Matumbo, the best NBA legend, a lot of soccer players. I met 50 other athletes from around the world, so it's a great experience.
Maria was initially very, very shy girl.
Yeah.
So she's not nearly now.
Oh no, she's not shy at all.
Where she was.
Thanks for giving me all of you.
She made so many friends. We met really good people. Lynn Parson, who was, one of the in Shrewsbury Special Needs Program people on board. She was really great encouragement and help for Maria, especially those beginning years.
All right, back with the Subset family, and so how did it feel to be nominated?
Good.
Nice.
Really, yeah.
We do a lot of stuff.
Shocking surprised.
Surprised. Yeah, because we do a lot of stuff behind the scenes, so we don't, we didn't think that,
this would happen.
Yeah, that's
yes. And I help with my parents for the senior sports.
Oh, senior sports. That's one of our favorite volunteer things.
We're we do a lot of things together on the South Shore. And we have the softball team, and Jay is the catcher, star catcher. And we'd rather catch than do anything. And we're also into the passion plunge. How long have you been doing the passion plunge? About 12 years, right?
12 years.
Yeah.
You know, 5 years around, so number one.
Yeah.
So as more people came on, I asked if I could, help out on the snow. I wasn't a good skier. They knew it. They looked at me and said, well, what's he doing on the snow? But since then, we worked hard at learning our skills and developing a team. And it went from the 2 original athletes to 30 to 35 athletes this year.
The team surprised me with Heather White, our section director. They had gotten most of the team together. We were one of the first teams to get up there to the park, and I was standing waiting for some athletes to come in, and I could hear people yelling, "Diana, where's Diana?" And I'm like, what's going on over there? And then one of the other coaches came over to get me and said, Mary Beth needs you. So I went over, and when I got through the fence, I saw everybody standing there with balloons, and the athlete how I got involved in Special Olympics, Rachel, she was holding flowers for me, and they were all cheering, and that's when I realized that must be what was going on. And then Heather announced it to me. And I had tears in my eyes when they told me. It was an awesome feeling.
We did get the Patriots to allow us to use Gillette Stadium now.
Jimmy, wasn't even started in this state.
Started in Indiana.
Don't throw that in there.
What did you say?
It's gonna be a lot of editing. This is all gonna come out.
We did get I can't even say it again. We did get the Patriots to allow us to use Gillette Stadium, though.
Yeah, not even that either.
No.
No.
Who you got the cheerleaders?
No.
No.
I got the cheerleader.
On name recognition.
That's a whole nother.
That's my
whole family. It's a fraud.
That's a whole nother movie.
We're not actually the inductee family.
We're stand-ins. The other family was gonna be 2 hours late.
So how long you guys been in the Special Olympics?
16 years.
And how's the ride been?
Bumpy. Oh, no, it's been good.
Challenging. Interesting.
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
I didn't know there was so many sports. I mean, I know over the past 16 years they've put more sports into it, but I didn't know that there were so many sports offered.
Well, I think the relationship between law enforcement and Special Olympics is, I think it's grown quite a bit over the years. It's one of those things that the more people that get involved, the more they find it a rewarding experience, and they want to continue to come back and give and help out and volunteer for certain things to help the the Special Olympic athletes in the cause. Years ago, it was very difficult, I think, to get anybody involved in it until they could actually see hands-on some of the events that took place and the benefits of that.
And I started becoming a volunteer and partner in basketball too. Not about 2 years after Maria already started in the program. I had a few years on and off, but that was because of college. But I've pretty much stayed with the program almost the whole time as a volunteer and as a partner.
And big hug for Maria.
Yes.
Thanks, Camille. I love you.
Yeah, it's true. Not many. Sometimes I feel that when you get older, you want to take care of your own life and do what you want to do. But you have to remember that family is always going to be a huge factor in your life. You never want to forget your family. Your family, for the most part, is always there for you, no matter what. And if you support your family, you know you have friends for the rest of your life. Even someone such as a troublemaker sometimes as Maria.
How long have you been with Special Olympics?
Oh, I think I started with the early 90s anyway, so around between 23 and 25 years. We started out at MIT with 3 courts on a Sunday morning, and this year we did 23 courts in over a 2-day period in the whole Worcester area. So I've seen the explosion of basketball and the officiating aspect, where we have the officials volunteer, 2 officials, certified officials for every single game, and not just here in Massachusetts. We have now had the program, which originally started with the 3 gyms at MIT, that now does the entire East Coast, going out to Virginia, Colorado, and even up into Canada.
Just the biggest thing that
we like is when the athletes compete and we actually, when they're done competing, the expressions on their face.
No matter if they get a gold, silver, bronze, or always happy.
They're just happy, and the expressions on their face is just rewarding it, and it's the same every single time it happens.
They're always coming up to you saying hi from everyone, even if they don't know you.
Oh,
they always say hi.
Definitely.
Always put a smile on your face. Always.
It's improved every year. It seems just a little bit better. This will change or that'll change. I was on the management team at the end of, or halfway through the winter games before they were moved to Worcester. And I was on the management team, of course, the state management team down here for all the games. And something would happen the previous year, and we'd figure out a way of changing it or fixing it, which most of the time it came from here in the state office. And it really helped, and it just made them that much easier. They're getting smoother and smoother every year.
What's a Global Messenger? Global Messenger is an athlete that yells out into the community. He talks about our experience, our life with special olympics, how it helped us greatly improve our lives by just being able to do different things we thought we would never do. Just being able to speak in front of the crowd. I was always nervous to speak in front of the crowd. Now, Special Olympics, I'm on the board of directors. I can run a venue, so it helped me get the confidence I needed in my daily life. So it's a great experience for athletes to get back to the Special Olympics to become a Global Messenger.
I have to say that people think that because they have a disability, I have friends who think because my athletes have a disability that they can't do anything, that they're useless, that they're just, just sitting there doing nothing, and they're not. And I try to get them to come. They won't come to practices. I, recently had a friend who, she's a family friend, who was saying something about, a kid in her child's classroom that had a disability, and all they were doing was sitting there doing nothing, and they're useless to society. And you learn over the years to pick your battles and when not to say something. And I just kind of sat back and didn't say anything, and then I just walked away. I thought it was best that way, seeing as she is a family friend. But it's, people like that, it's like I want to get them to come and watch and see what the athletes can do. I mean, they've achieved a lot more in sports than I ever did. I was never athletic until I started coaching, and they just do so much more than a lot of people think.
Other people should really take something away from that.
That's what makes Boston so awesome.
Boston's
It's
crazy.
like even just walking around, even before anything actually starts, nobody's really competed in anything. Everybody's just so happy to actually be there.
3,000 people running around and pretty well organized at that.
I think you see more real sportsmanship in Special Olympics than you do in regular sports, high school sports, college sports. The kids are there to cheer each other on, they help each other out.
Nobody's working to get drafted or picked up from another team.
You're not, are you? Are they going to draft you?
No.
Not what I've been called.
Mr. Dempsey's been trying to pick him up from us for a while.
I think what I got out of it is learning to face the challenges that I have, and going out there competing, just remembering the oath and being a leader. Leadership's definitely something they teach us, and going out there and definitely exercise is key as well. I really love to swim, so I think just doing the sport itself and competing, going out there and exercising is really important as well.
I was the chief of the Attleboro Police Department for the last 8 years of my career. And at my retirement party in February of 2011, two of the athletes from Attleboro that I've known a very long time, since they were small kids, Kyle and Jonathan Titus, presented me at my retirement party with two of their medals. And for me, that was just, it was just beyond words. I mean, how appreciative I was of that, and to see them give up two of their medals to give to me was just unbelievable. And that has got to be one of my most memorable experiences with Special Olympics.
It's the steps getting there that matters. It's that knowing that there's a lot of actual hard work. It's not something that can be just done. We spend a lot of time and effort in participating.
They are just like everybody else. They have to have, you know.
That's true.
You know.
There are moments.
Moments, yes.
Camille,
So, for us, it's much easier to have these moments. For them, you know, someone has to speak for them and help them. So this is,
you know, this kind of an inclusion and opportunity through healthy environment, promoting healthy living and competition, really good healthy competition, and you know, enhancing the health, you know, athletic things, you know, that's really great. That's really great because it's good for everybody.
Now, yeah, you can tell us this.
What's your favorite mountain?
World War II set.
World War II. Well, we have our state games. Yeah. Mount Wachusett is his favorite.
How lucky and fortunate I am as a father and a grandfather, and to see what great strides Special Olympics has come and the athletes have come, etc. I've worked, obviously, I've worked the local, I've worked the states, I've worked the national games, and I've worked the international games. Going back to, I guess, New Haven, Connecticut, in 1994-95, up through Shanghai, China. Went to China, and as a matter of fact, my wife and I went over to the games this year. I didn't work them, but we went over to Greece to watch the games, etc. So it's a lot of self-satisfaction to give back. Something that's been very good to me.
Two tattoos. That's the next thing. Special Olympics militaries.
Because he's a big guy.
Don't let him know that.
He's a great grandfather.
Grandfather.
Your grandfather?
What about your mother?
He's a great grandfather.
Jimmy.
What happened?
Pay attention.
When we get a group hug.
Come on, you two.
Good job. I think we lost Mom.
I just met these people.
You said you're buying after this, right?
Yeah, we'll buy. Okay. We should buy for that guy.
Peace out, Cub Scout.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. That was great.
Thank you.
It was awesome.
Thank you. They love me. They really love me.
You play all this stuff, I'm gonna find you.
It's still running.
I know it is. He hasn't touched anything yet.
Yeah,
Did you see anything actually worthwhile?
Have you seen my shoes?
You guys
I had to get the shoe in there.
But the funny thing is, yeah, that's still running, but you guys haven't left. You're still in front of me.
Oh.
Oh yeah, not her.
Thank you.